Hello everybody, I've got another Total Annihilation escalation replay here for you today. Another large game between lots of people. So this is another random game. We have, in the north, Dirty Harry, the Italian player, Grumpy Starfish, TRP, the last bully. I don't know what happened at first. Melfi 12, not sure who that is. TWM Fauntleroy, not familiar with him either. Here we have another TRP member, TRP-gullyf. And Nameless. And on the bottom left, Hessano, who's a Brazilian. Melfi's saying he's trying to tell. Basically, it sounds like they had a newbie in a game. And then it suggested that he watch a few games before he tries to jump in and play. I think, I know because some people might be thinking, is Melfi Melphis? I don't think he is, but regardless. So I'm not too familiar with the map. This is Timberland. This is a very common style of map for the late night random team games. You'll notice in the middle here, there's this city area with some metal in the middle of it, and all these really dense trees. You can't drive through these trees, but they can burn, be reclaimed, and destroyed. So the game starts out with a pass in the middle here, but eventually it can open up into an all-out land map as you just simply break through the trees using missile units. So K-Bots first from Grumpy Starfish. Dirty Harry going vehicle. Vehicle by Melfi. And Gully. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta remember my TRPs. Sorry, last bully vehicle as well. So a combination wind and solar for everyone here is what it looks like. On the top side, whereas at the bottom, everybody has basically just gone solar. Fauntleroy sending in a bunch of weasels. And now this is a long game we've got here tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Grumpy Starfish sending in some peewees. In escalation, weasels have really high... really high line of sight. Oh, I keep getting the wrong guy. There we go. Oh no, I didn't have the right... Gosh, who's this noob doing this casting? Oh, those are gullies. See, weasels being extra obnoxious. The version that we're looking at here today, this is 9.6. I do believe 9.7 just came out. I think there are a few bugs to this that needed to be patched up real quickly, but I'm pretty sure that this particular game that we're watching here is stable. So, you see there's the line of sight right there on the weasel. So much past this range and actually much past the line of sight of several other things. So you can see expansion moving towards the middle real quick. Fauntleroy says, what's the LOS for the weasel? It's actually not a bad idea to send in weasels just to kind of give yourself line of sight in the middle of these pass style maps. Bunch of T1 units coming in. Last bully's bringing in some flashes. Fauntleroy, he's got his instigators here. Storms, peewees, so plenty from both sides to kind of hold the middle and stop any kind of serious breach. Harry seems content to let his allies handle controlling the middle. He's not really bothering to protect along the trees. Although at this point, it takes a little bit too much to break through the trees. Plus, you can see the damage and the burning trees through the fog of war. So if somebody's actually trying to break through the trees, you can tell before they actually do it. This weasel comes in, cleans out 2 of the mexes, actually 3 of the mexes in the back. Melfi brings back his comm to try and ward him off, but it is already gone. That is going to be one obnoxious weasel, unless Gully is able to get up here and clean it up, take care of his clanmates. Nope, and he leaves it alone. Dirty Harry's got his energy stories up. There you go. Dirty Harry's got some flashes. Oh, those were Harry's flashes. Wow, I'm awfully confused tonight, guys. I apologize. He marks the Weasel, and once again, the Weasel of TRP-gullyf is cleaning up. 4 kills, going to 5. Definitely worth the cost and the investment here. Breakthrough coming in from the south side. Harry's trying to drop a guard. Melvy says 1 Weasel, GG. I guess it might be. Lots of hooked light laser towers here from Bully, trying to control that middle. But a really big raid coming up here. And heading up Harry's side. And again, Harry has gone fast advance. Harry says, dang, Harold. Oh, so perhaps Fauntleroy is actually Harold. I don't know if that makes... I don't think that's true. Warriors. Warriors are a thing in Escalation. They are a thing in OTA, but they're just really not worth it. They are still T1. And they were able to defend against that breakthrough by Fauntleroy, who has reclaimed, I believe he's reclaimed his plant. Yeah, it would appear so. Yep, there he is, and he's working as an advance. So now comes that part in the game for a lot of Escalation games where the guns go silent. Melfi says, can you guys kill that dang Weasel? It's still back there. There you go, you see clear to space in the trees. Hessano has decided to move in here. Weasel comes back for some more action. I gotta see what we're at right now. 9 kills. Missile towers for air defense. They do shoot at ground, but they're not particularly dangerous. And here we go. It looks like it's about... looks like Hessano is going to start a lumberjack operation. There he goes. Harry picks him up on radar. He sends his Panthers over. Lumberjacking complete. It is a spot. This is a construction unit, I'm pretty sure. That's the stats for you guys. The equivalent of that for the core. Core has one of those too. It's just a really useful construction unit. Some more lumberjacking right here, but Hessano is now broken through with his Peewees and Warriors. Here he's got some Panthers. And some Bulldogs. I don't know if he's got enough to defend this stuff. Silent building going on over here. Melfi's being left alone. He's gone air. And now we have the missile tower. The missiles from the geothermal power plant. Much similar, very similar to the Bulwark. Very nice D-gun by Harry right there. Knocks down all those dominoes. Nameless has gone advanced K-bots. He's got Morty's up, and he's using his radar targeting. Bully's working on a Guardian there, trying to defend himself from that. Fauntleroy Trying to break in with levelers and instigators. Heavy laser towers, light laser towers make quick work of those. That's one thing I do like too. I really like the Morty sound effects here. A little more bass than the original. Sends his Mortys back. As you can see, they're not very good at taking out his flashes, but these light laser towers will make quick work of all of the flashes. But that does give Bully space, so he's going to be able to finish his Guardian here. Melfi's got his anti-air, bringing in a radar jammer. See, they're quickly trying to cap all of their metal extractors with T2. Same thing going on by Melfi in the back here. Grumpy Starfish doesn't have his T2. Oh, never mind. He just started his mexes here. Hessano says left. He sees... he might have lumberjacked himself into trouble, seeing now that Dirty Harry's now trying to break through his own forest. See all the trees quickly catch fire. Harry's pumping out a bunch of bulldogs. Come through to finish the lumberjack job. Gully bringing in some reapers. Bulldogs make pretty good lumberjacks, and they'll handle those peewees no problem. Nameless brings in his Mortys to try and shell the Panthers before they can get through. Panthers will be able to close on Mortys really, really easy. But while they're stuck there cutting down trees, that's actually a good time to bring in the Mortys to take care of them. Decent decision, good decision by Nameless right there. You can see Nameless very quickly has capped his resources. And he actually holds the resource lead right now with 56. So in these big team games, you always kind of want to be the guy. If you're going to carry, you got to get lots of resources up. Unless you can pull off a really nice assassination or early territory takeover. Artillery coming into play now. We got Lugers for arm and Pillagers for core. Artillery in escalation is long range and really inaccurate. But if you get enough of them, they just kind of spray all over the place, and eventually they start taking things down. The Zeus's come in, stop the lumberjacking operation. Melfi seems content to rely on the trees. He's got his radar up front here to make sure that nothing starts coming through. He realizes he'll have a little bit of time to cover it if he needs to. Morty's coming in. And Nameless has gotten a sumo. These things were very strong in previous patches. I think at this point, they may have... I think they nerfed them for the 9.6 patch. Harry says his eco is crap. Yeah, he's a 57 right now. Not keeping up with Nameless at 71. Grumpy Starfish's radar bot goes down. Big pillager push by Melfi here. Bully also bringing in some Merles. Merles are excellent at taking out static defense. Really long range. it looks like Team Top is starting to break down the bottom team. Nameless still big in the eco. I think he's probably be planning to go T3. He's got a bunch of sumos out. Gully's big Reaper army. He's got all his mohos capped here as well. Working on an anti-nuke. Actually finished one right there. And Nameless's defense in the middle is suddenly looking really thin. Harry bringing in the artillery to help drive back this force of Mortys and sumos. Sumos in escalation are pretty expensive. Oh, it looks like they dropped the cost this time around, 1,900. Or maybe I was just wrong about them being that expensive. Okay, 1,900 is a lot for an OTA unit, but for an escalation, that's not too much. Things escalate, if you will. Peeper streaming by Bully here. He wants to make sure that he has constant line of sight in the middle. Right here you can see that Nameless has built a shroud, which provides radar jamming. Bunch of Fidos coming in now. Grumpy Starfish. Fidos are excellent lumberjacks. Sumos can't shoot through the trees, but Fidos can shoot over them. A nice move right here. Gully bringing in his instigators. They'll really put some pressure on those artillery units. Reapers as well. Pushes them back. See where everybody's up to back here. Harry's T2. Building a repulsor. While we were away, the lumberjacking really went well for Harry, who's now through with his bulldogs. Hessano's trying to use shooters to stop them, but he needs more than just one. Fauntleroy coming in. He has these manticores, which shoot these they're relatively quick, shoot these accurate rockets. Against a large pack of bulldogs, they're not going to do too much damage unless he gets a decent amount of them. At this point, Harry has turned around. He's starting to head back. Gully says, "Don't leave front wide open, Nameless." And that's exactly what Nameless did, pulling back to try and drive out Harry's bulldogs. But now Harry's massive storm of artillery is in. And Bully has broken in too with his Panthers. Good unit mix by Bully right here. Panthers, artillery, and the Merles. Things are looking pretty good for the North team right now. Broken through with Fidos, Panthers, Merles, Lugers. Chipped into Nameless's economy lead right now. Harry has sprung back alive too. He's in the mid-80s. Fauntleroy with the Guardians doing his best to try and protect Gully. Gully says GG. Geo's down. That attack definitely looks like it's gotten through. These are bandit. These are fast attack units. And if these fusions go down, then Gully is in big trouble, but saves them just in time. Wow. Merles without the Panthers to cover for them are a little bit out in the open here. Harry's bandits aren't helping things either with some friendly fire. Think of these as like T2 flashes, I guess. Fast units, rapid fire. They're not as fast. Nameless is now turning his sumo advantage. You can see how tough these sumos are, especially when there's larger groups of them. Fortunately, Nameless is kind of up against all four right here. He doesn't really have any other attackers with him. Hessano's been really beaten back, so I can't exactly blame him. But that does give the bottom team a little bit of breathing room. Looks like the sumos will be going down. And Harry has some penetrators out. Penetrators are an excellent counter to sumos. Probably the counter to sumos. Sumos have really long range, tough armor, good rate of fire, good damage. Penetrators slower, longer range though, more damage, slower rate of fire. And the guns fall silent. Looks like Nameless has secured, has kept them alive. But that may be all he has done at this point. Things are looking definitely rocky for the southern team. Harry's got some Stumpies and Panthers coming down now through. Fauntleroy. Roy's got a decent amount of reclaim here, as well as some metal extractors to rebuild. So does Nameless. Working on their fusions. Gully's got his fusion farm going. Gully at around 90. 90 metal. He's focused solely on getting his fusions up. Manticores are a pretty good counter to the artillery. They can close the distance, have decent range, rate of fire, damage, and speed. I actually do really like the way that the Manticores handle, just when you're using them. Not cheap though, if I recall. 448 metal for one. So. For comparison, your Goliath is 1,000 metal, so you get 2 and 2.5 Manticores for the cost of one Goliath. And Harry's going T3. Hessano says hit left hard. It looks like Bully is building here. He's not building his fusions. I don't know if they get the adjacency bonus if they're just next to a Moho Metal Maker. I don't think they do. So you see how these fusions are lit up and glowing? That's them getting their adjacency bonus. Here we go. We have this hitting left hard. Lots of pyros coming through. From Nameless, and then the shooters from Hessano. It's one of those things that may have been better for Nameless just to give the units to Hessano, so that way they don't have to worry about friendly fire. Let's see, he's trying to close the distance, get those penetrators. Harry's comm is a little bit exposed. Bringing radar jammers in with the pyro attack. It's very risky. He's got those shooters, and they are snipers. They will assassinate a commander. Harry's on the run. Geo is down. Harry's got his T3 up and running. He's got plenty of these little resource generators too. You can either flip those on to make 3 metal, or make 250 energy with them. So it's better to have them make energy. That's what they're more efficient for. But if you're just accessing energy, then you can go ahead and turn on the metal aspect of it. Hessano working on bulwarks. Provide some defense, because Bully has got his bulldogs now going through the hole in the trees. Dominators. No, Dominators, they I really like having packs of them. They have really good AoE damage, good range, decent speed and mobility. And actually, they complement Sumos pretty well too. Provide additional damage and protection for them. Nameless has got a pretty big force there. He's T2, lots of advanced K-bots there. And Gully is trying to make himself heard by going advanced, or sorry, not just advanced, T3. Zeus and bulwarks keeping Bully back, and Team South is making a push. There we go. You have to change targets. Trying to hit these units behind the wall there. Sending lots of scouts just to keep an eye on the line of sight. Goliaths versus Goliaths with artillery to back up. Things look better for Melfi there. As long as the Goliaths don't break through. Well, I spoke too soon. Oh, there he goes. Pulling back his artillery. Bully brings his bulldogs over. And that pushes Nameless out of the middle. Looks like it will also have the same effect on Fauntleroy. I mean, on... Actually, those are gullies. Lots of bulldogs from Bully. And chimeras. Or sorry, centurions, not chimeras. Chimeras are the lightning ones. At least I think they are. Go easy on me in the comments on this one, guys. Big fat tanks coming down. Harry. His commander looks kind of beefy there. That's because he's got his research facility done. That gives him the commander upgrade, as well as giving him automatic radar targeting. Gully's still working on his T3 vehicles. This is the mechanic. That's the I think it's the core equivalent of the spot. Bulldogs take down a bulwark. They're going to be driven out by the Dominators and Nameless. Nameless is going T3 right here with his advanced Ultra K-Bot Gantry. Krogoth Pantry, as I used to call it when I was here. Lots of resource here too by Fauntleroy. That's a lot of mobile build power right there. You can kind of shift that as he needs. Advanced metal storage by Gully. Slingshot. These are longer range anti-air units. High damage. But they're not like big AoE. So a flak will help take care of things like big swarms of stuff. But these will just put out the damage and cover a lot of territory. He has his ultra vehicle plant shut down right now. Unless those resources for something else. So Gully's at around 130 metal. Bully's sitting at 200 though. Or no, about, sorry. This is fluctuating. Harry's sitting around 140. Hessano has brought himself back in it. Although his economy isn't nearly as much as his counterpart. He's going T2 bombers, a smart move. T2 bombers are really, really good. You can off-screen in escalation. It doesn't work. When a air unit flies off-screen in escalation, when it returns to the screen, it will have the inability to shoot. And that's just to kind of prevent off-screening. I rather enjoy off-screening. But that was something that was decided to be removed from escalation. He sees those C3. Coming in. Shooters taking their sniper shots. See, they've got these little. You see that little flash? That's the shields that the shooters have. And Harry's big tanks are coming in. Hessano says T3 left. Gully's working on his mantle extractors. Harry's got one of those going himself. They make a lot of metal. Grumpy Starfish going T3 himself. And a missile. I believe that is a... Yep. So this is a neutralizer which fires that tactical nuke. Nice bombing run by Nameless right there. He doesn't have any anti-air to protect him. Comes in, damages, severely damages one of them. Takes out another. Nameless is trying to, he's definitely earned himself the carry spot. Although it definitely looks like Gully's trying to take back over with a big economy. Unfortunately, Bully is also going big economy on the north side. Demolishers coming in. Harry says T2 air, make AA. And Harry's actually kind of vulnerable right now to those bombers. Melfi's got plenty of anti-air over here with form of missiles, but not really much flak. So those T2 bombers will be able to fly through this and do some serious damage. He has his own T3 up, and he is working on a Talos, which is a giant missile payload. He's got his own big old sumo push. But that tactical nuke wipes out all of his artillery. Neutralizer from Gully. Well done. I gotta see. How are we doing here? 60 kills for that one. now Fauntleroy is able to move in, since Gully defended him with the tactical nuke. And the Demolisher is done. I think this one's new. It's a Thrasher. It looks to me like this might be anti-air. I don't know. Well, let's find out. I mean, it rhymes with slasher, so. And in comes the Talos. They've been putting a lot of pressure on this left side right here. And Nameless has got a lot of scouts going in. And some fighters too. And a little bit of deeper scout. Sees the commander, sees the advanced. Comes in, bombs the advanced. It survives somehow. I can't believe that. And the fusion survived too. That was just really unlucky for Nameless. That would have been a huge blow if that had worked. Unfortunately, his bombers are down. Nameless says, LOL. That might have actually, that would have been what turned the tide. Instead, Fauntleroy is chasing this Talos as it comes through, tearing up his base. $13 kills for that one. They're tough bots. You can see Harry's repairing all his fusions. A little bit of Annihilator creep here. Yep, that's the anti-air right there. Melfi and Fauntleroy getting involved in a artillery back and forth. More Taloses. And more mantle extractors for Melfi. Gully's pretty darn big now, 200 metal. Pretty consistent too. He's building out Mammoth. Those are the core Gatling laser heavy-duty tanks. More scouting by Nameless. You can see what the scouts are doing right there. What he did is he clicked attack with them, and that allows them to just kind of fan like that so he can try and see as much as he can. He's got lots of bombers and some rapiers ready. These are forges. They produce... I know I played around with them, and I think they make... Someone will have to mention it in the comments. I think they make, I think 24 metal, and then some energy as well. And then more when you have them next to each other as an adjacency bonus right here. So Gully just really cranking his economy more than anything else. So you can see he doesn't have anything really assisting the Mammoth production. But he will need to turn that into units sometime soon, because Harry has got lots of scary things. And Bully's got his T3 up, producing chimeras. He's got phalanxes to provide anti-air. So there's a tactical nuke. Another tactical nuke. Just back and forth shots. Harry saying share energy, they are nuking. Oh, sorry, Melfi said they are nuking. Nameless off-screening his rapiers. I think he intends to come around to the back. Now, they will have that timer that they're not able to shoot. But if they don't have any fighters, it won't really matter. So you can see how they have those circles around them. So they can't actually shoot at that point. And now they're on screen. And now there's going to be a decent amount of time before they can shoot again. The question is, can they survive until they're able to shoot? I don't think they're going to be able to. Now, they also have to be in the air for that timer to go down. Nope, they just completely blew up. So the missile towers will go ahead and just clean up. Fauntleroy has got his behemoths up. Let's watch this. Watch the mammoth if you want to see some laser shots. So that's his T3. Okay. Behemoths, they're like the equivalent of arms. I was gonna say Chimera again, but what I mean is Centurion. Gully's looking to break through right here. Nameless says, "Where is the Vulcan?" Nameless says, "Harry, how many have you got?" You guys see the mammoth coming through, cutting a swath of his lasers. Takes out the anti-nuke. Lots of artillery backup from Fauntleroy. Things are looking up for Team South. Well, maybe not. Here comes Dirty Harry's big old giant Empyrean. Question is, can Melfi hold on? Bully's coming in with some Chimeras to help out. Lots of Bulldogs too. And really nice job by Nameless right here. But gunships are very, very weak to flak. So we needed to wait until he had a little bit more clear. He says, "Free space here, move this crap away." He wants to get his Empyrean through. Nameless really hasn't been able to make good use of those gunships. I think bombers, yeah, it looks like he's gone back to bombers at this point. Here we have the Ultra K-Bot assembly from Hessano, and he has built Cerebruses. There was a time when Cerebruses had too powerful, too cheap, but they've since been brought into balance. Cerberus is on the left side. Big fatty laser tanks on the right. Let's see the shots fired from the Demolisher. He really wants to get that mantle extractor. There it goes. And the Demolisher misses. Here comes Nameless. Just misses out getting the fusions again. That's the Aegis. That is a shield. If you couldn't tell by the graphics. And the Empyrean is moving in. Team North has been able to survive that. This right here, this is an arbitrator. This is like a mobile tactical nuke. The Empyrean has been spotted by Nameless. Nameless hasn't gone T3, and I think that may be his undoing here. But his teammates have definitely picked up. And the Empyrean making fast work of those Pee-wees. Here he's got plenty of SAMs here. I don't think the Empyrean is in any danger from these Rapiers. So they're barely scratching it. Empyrean has a ton of health. 23,000 metal investment right there, though. Bully's Chimeras are in play. Hessano trying to close the distance on the Empyrean with these with the Cerberuses. Cerberus versus Empyrean. Empyrean's got a little help, but it's going to win this fight pretty easy. Nameless goes down. He says how. I don't actually know. Oh, there we go. It looks like Bully's, wow, I'm missing all the good stuff. There we go. So that's what got the Empyrean was the tactical nukes from Gully. More tactical nukes from Gully. That's just how he's defending himself. Chimera's sucking the damage, and Demolisher's doing the long range work. And Gully's just firing nukes like mad to try and defend while he is working on T4, a Titan. T4 builds really, really, really slow. I did have a chance to play around with it in Skirmish. They're very, very fun, so if you haven't had the chance to download this and check them out, what Wotan's done with them is really, really neat as far as just, you know, you never thought TA would actually be able to do anything like this. However, I don't think he's going to have that done on time. He doesn't have nearly enough build power on it. We will see, though. If he gets that out, that will definitely help him. But he may be running a little bit low on nukes. Hessano goes down, killed by the Chimeras. Harry says GG. And it looks like at this point, Gully just goes ahead and surrenders. Roy also surrenders too. Yeah, also surrenders. And victory is to Team North. Really unlucky for Nameless that he just didn't get anything with that bombing run. It would have really, really, really helped his team out if Harry didn't have that, because Nameless had kind of put all his eggs in that basket. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a really, really chaotic. I'm sorry I didn't catch everything either. It's tough for me sometimes, especially with everything that's going on, and TO demo recorder is not exactly conducive to kind of stopping and rewinding and catching things. But anyway, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed this escalation match. And as always, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. I'll mention to me if there's something in particular you want to see, or if you have any comments about this particular thing. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.